have to use it off backhand.
I may not be in danger of getting skewered by a knife, so things might be about to get messy. Oh, you thought it was going to be juggling real eggs. No, if I was just egging you on the entire time. And now the yolk is on you. But honestly, it's better this way because if these were real eggs, I'd have to really scramble to get them.
Whoa!
That was over easy. And I hear you're cracking up. Oh, you didn't like that one so much. I hope I didn't offend any of your religious sensibilities with that egg joke. We don't have any eggnog sticks in here, do we? Oh, you're in the far corner. I see. In that case, better switch to something else. How have I been making this all look for you? Would you say that juggling looks easy or it looks hard? Easy, excellent, because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Juggling is actually extremely simple. And you can do it too. Our jugglers don't want you to know this because then it wouldn't look so impressive. Okay. Who has ever tried to juggle? Lots of you. And how many of you can juggle? 2 of you. Okay, well you can just ignore this. Well, everybody else watch. Okay. Simply start with 1 ball. Is that too complicated? I'll show you again. An arm to scoop. Scoop. Just pretend that your hand is a pelican. Scooping the ball through the air, 1 ball through the air, and you catch it. And that is where you begin. And that's all you need to know, basically. It's really easy after that. We'll demonstrate to you. Okay, let's add another ball, or at least so it seems. But in fact, you can see each hand is making the exact same motion as we were with 1 ball. There go, 2 balls is no more difficult than juggling with 1 ball. So it's really quite simple when you know the trick. Now, if you can juggle 1 ball in 2 hands, then it shouldn't be a whole lot more difficult to juggle 1 ball in 1 hand. Okay, clearly that wasn't too complicated for you. So, you can do that. Just do it a tiny bit faster. And it's really simple, see? It's just like juggling 1 in 1 hand, except that there's 1 more, but it's just 1. Okay, so if you can do that in 1 hand, then you ought to be able to do it in the other hand, right? Right. Because most people are ambidextrous, right? Something like that. Okay, so now let's just put the 2 together. And it's just like juggling 1 hand, really. Yeah, it's so straightforward. It's just like juggling 1. Okay. Now, you remember that 3-ball pattern, which is really 1 ball, I guess, that I showed you? This is called the cascade, and it is the most straightforward of the juggling patterns. It's kind of what every juggler has to learn at some point, or so they think, as I've demonstrated. This is all they have to learn. Okay, well, every time we have an odd number of balls, that's the pattern we go back to. So if I add 1 more, which doesn't really affect it all that much, it's the same pattern. So as you can see, this is the same pattern that I was doing with 3, really, which is no harder than 1. So 5 is no harder than 1. Very, very straightforward. You can do it. Now, just as I showed you before with juggling 2 in 1 hand, which is no different than juggling 1 in 1 hand, you just add another 1. It's still just made up of 1s, which is quite straightforward. Here we have this. And once you learn that in 1 hand, it's no big deal to learn it in the other hand. Okay, that's very, very easy and straightforward. Okay, so now we put that together, and it might look like 6, but really it's no different from 1. So, if you all believe me on my basic formula of juggling, juggling 6 is no different from juggling 1. What do you think? Do y'all believe me?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
You don't believe me? Darn. Where were those yes people? Why couldn't they? Then I wouldn't have to do this again. Okay. Glad you have confidence in me. No different than 1, like I said. Good.
Whoa.
Okay. It's jugglers often intentionally drop balls to make tricks look hard because as I've shown, it's really not that hard. But if you drop it, then you'll think that it's hard. Yeah. So that was completely deliberate. Okay, it's a tiny bit hard. It's just a slight next step. Another one you learn here that what goes up is supposed to stay up in the air. It's not. Yeah, the what goes up must come down lesson. I never enjoyed that as a kid. I'm like, Galileo, Isaac Newton, why did you guys have to come along and mess everything up for us jugglers while your apple falls down? Okay, well, I've demonstrated that 6 is really no different from 1, so it's not necessary for me to show it again. But I'll do it just for you. Second do So once you know how to do 1, that's all you need to do. Of course, to perform, every juggler needs to figure out how they're going to end their act. And unfortunately, I kind of was asleep that day at juggling school, so I never learned that. So right now, it's all up in the air.